dirt. With just one glance you turn my skirt. And I said,
Yini sihluke singaka wema-Afrika ubukela omunye umuntu eshabalala. Yini sihluke singaka wema-Afrika ubukela omunye umuntu eshabalala.
Sophia first started well probably so she's trying to get her back like it's using like Willow's like no. So this is what's happening. Willow just fooled Sophia to get out of her seat and then now she's sitting in it. So now Sophia's trying to get her to come down by showing her this toy. Because I guarantee you as soon as she comes down, Sophia will just jump back up in her chair. Oh my goodness, Sophia. Should I try to help you? You want me to add some, should I be a shill for you? Oh my God, Sophia, that's a good looking toy you got there. Wow, what a neat toy. Oh my God. I work at the Internet Defense League. That's the best toy ever. Sophia, what an awesome toy. Look at her. What are you looking at now? That is the best possible toy anyone could ever have. Sophia, I love your toy. Will you bring me that toy? Give me that, come on. Starting to question, you see, she's questioning her reality now. Did I want to sit on the chair or did I want the toy? Oh, she's down. Something, oh, maybe he's got something. Sophia, your chair's open now. Now you're thinking about the toy more than your dumb chair. Look who's, Sophia, look, your chair's wide open. She's in it. She's into that toy now. Andres, welcome. Yeah, I guess I have my screen turned down so my battery's lost. My phone's pretty much dead. It's working. Does it work? But anyway, what I was thinking about maybe doing is if you ever woke the people up, and then they would stop buying your stuff, or whatever. Which, I mean, it's true at a certain level. People get woken up, they're probably not gonna buy your bullshit. Andre says, and searching, playing video games, is that? Drinking coffee? Yeah. I'm at a point in video games where it's like, I feel like I can go to the next level, but I don't really want to. Because I don't really want to be known as like a guy. Because I just know that by then my life is getting over. I think I want to go back to martial arts. Although I just don't like the idea of going into anyone's martial arts gym, like now that I know about this. That's where it's kind of like the older I get to realize that it's like probably be it just I don't know, more people are competing in games anyway. It's just games are highly competitive. Like I just play Elder Scrolls Online, which is not even competitive. The thing is that it's super competitive. If anything's competitive, you try to make it. Like, cause I compete against like certain people that play the game the way I play it. You know, which is to be a douche. Video game and just realize how the program was pretty put together, and it's true. But play Elder Scrolls and see how they're playing it. Like, see how they're like. Just think about how they're doing how they're figuring out. Like, what if you were like a fucking like a developer, a programmer? What would be your idea of how to build a world? And if you could think like that, that's a huge truth. But then you get into Elder Scrolls and they have like a clockwork city that's like the heart. It's like running the thing, but it's like not on the map. It's like an ether world. And they even have like, you go to like, you come in through the moon. They don't tell you that, but they call it like Cold Harbor. And it's the moon though. Everything's blue there and all this shit. It's like, when you start the game, like, and even it's literally the entire Elder Scrolls is just truth. This is really the world we live in. And it's just exactly like that. It's just like, I mean, it's just, we live in a realm. I didn't steal that from Big Berry there. He stole that from me. That was mine. Although I never thought he watched my video, but that is a good way to put it. You know, what I can think of is like, why realm is good? It's like, why do you think you can't move the shape of your container? You know what I'm saying? Because we're the container that makes it shape. We're the that cans. The that I can. The that. Think about like a that. It's like the mother is the mother. You know, the mother is the movement. The mind is the movement. You know, that's what they're saying. And so this is where, Trinity philosophy is not right. It's a good way to talk about cause and effect relationships. But it's not like Trinity is not quantum. Quantum theory is what I'm saying. That's why, like, my theology, it's like, this is why nobody will argue with me or even start to defend any kind of philosophy or else, you know? It's like, whatever. Part of it is completely right? But whether it doesn't matter, you know, whether it's like my dad or anybody, nobody, people, they can't hear what I'm saying. It's like, I have this feeling that someday people are just gonna come to me and be like, oh, I never realized that, but you know, it's like, no, and you don't, like, no, you're an idiot. And so, basically my claim is that I just have a much, if you want, theories are bullshit, guys. Theories are bullshit. It's all words. None of it means anything. None of it's can you fucking get her done or not. Okay? Can you fucking save the date? You know, can you fucking have a romantic comedy? Can you actually peek out in this game or can you not? But if we're gonna, since we, like, all we do is sit around and not have sex in this game, then let's keep talking. And so we're gonna sit around and a bunch of autistic retards then fine. Then I'm going to throw my hat in the game. This is my theory. My theory is way better than everyone else's theory. That's just period, bar none. There is no fucking arguing with that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to argue theories that come from words, my theory is the best. It's so much obvious. It's because it's just the correct theory. The correct theory is something that's easy to see and simple. That's why no smart guy is going to get it, because the smart guy needs to make too big of an ego out of himself to simply say it's your mother-daughter chain. It's the donut is, the torus field is the idea of a vagina coming out of vagina, coming out of vagina, coming out of vagina, coming out of hole, coming out of hole, coming out of hole. And once you realize that, once you realize how simple what I'm saying is that, and then all religion, all philosophy, all science is just a cover-up for the simplest thing in the world. It's just the mother and son relationship you have when you have to realize that your mother is not trying to ruin your life by directing your life. And the husband-wife relationship you have when you realize that your wife is not trying to ruin your life by asking you to be a mother-submitting Christian man that submits to marriage coupling, that submits to the electrical coupling that forms this game. And so your woman needs you to submit, and your job here is to submit. God presents himself in a weaker form as the woman, and then asks you, here you are, a big muscle man, with a big smart muscle brain, and a big smart muscles. What are you going to do? You're going to beat me up? You're going to take away my birthday? You're going to make me sing your fucking songs? You're going to fucking make me ride a pony around? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah, Andres, I hear you. Yeah, we're the zombies. Well, we're definitely the zombies. The zombies always about us. It's always about rich people talking about, like, rich people look at us like we're unenlightened retards because in some ways we kind of are. But I think it's pretty clear that no rich person could stand up and give the argument to his other rich people or to poor people or anyone else that they're more enlightened than me. You know, no rich person can make the argument that I deserve to be a cattle. That argument doesn't exist. And so the argument extends up to a certain point. And if the argument means that I shouldn't be a cattle, what that means is you shouldn't have made any of the women cattle. I can't speak for all men. All I can say is that you shouldn't have made me a cattle because I don't deserve it. Okay? And by saying that, I can subsequently, because it's just logic, I can say that all women, because all women come above me, which means that any woman could have a child and replace me, and they could do what I could do better. I don't know if that's possible. If you're just some dude and you're standing there saying, oh, I don't know, then do it. Then do the thing. You know, drown out my voice. You know, by doing the right thing so correctly that we all, even me, look to your rightness. That's all I want to do. I am a reluctant right speaker, loudspeaker into this fucking world. Okay, I don't want to do it. It's just that when I'm online and it's like not even like I enjoy Owen Benjamin, and it's like not even Owen Benjamin, I can be satisfied. Some guy looking for his dog. Hey, Sophia, get away with me. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. It's, I'm watching a ladybug crawl up the thing here. I'll switch. You guys can watch that with me. So, anyway, let's give the ladybug to give us inspiration. Oh, you guys scared it. Good job, guys. Look at him. He's scared. There was too many live viewers on. Jerks. Sophia. Just the neighbor. Neighbor's getting his dog. All right, I'm back. Oh, let's set the camera on. People that don't watch these live, they really miss out. Sometimes I just delete it. This one I probably would have deleted just because I really haven't. I don't feel like I've said anything of much value, but maybe though, maybe. Hard to remember. Here we call it margarita. Beautiful, or the word beautiful. Okay. I was gonna say no margaritas for me. Like I didn't drink for like 6 years or whatever, and then I drank like when I was in Slab City. I just drank like a bottle. It's got whatever. It's all right. I just got, whatever it was. But I was hungover bad. And then anyway, but I don't drink. I'm like, there's nothing that would ever make me go back to drinking. Even if I had like a really great time, I'd be like, no, because of like I just had so many like painful memories from the past, and like I have lost people. So I see what it's doing to the whole world, whatever. But at the same time, it's like whatever. It is what it is. But what I'm saying is like, yeah, I drank like just like a few beers, equal. Actually, it was like a mix. It was like a drink. Probably that's why I felt so sick. It was like I drank like a beer, a glass of wine, and then like a couple shots of vodka. Because that was like all the booze in the house, And then so like, I had a reason at the time. But anyway, guys, it was right when everybody was like, there was like, I have a really good like reach on social media with all my social media accounts and stuff, and like tons of people were just like, oh, my so-and-so committed suicide, my friend had this happen, and then Jeffrey Epstein commits suicide, and this is the typical time of year when a lot of people get Epstein-Barr virus, So what I'm saying is that our lives are patterned out in these electrical waving things. Okay, these are not like, and it's obvious because we see that it's like we're looking at an electrical waving light show, not this chemical reaction that's like, oh, it's random and slow and speeds up. No, it's like it's patterned and it's the same. It seems we have a feeling of sort of like randomness, but when you start to look at the world, it's like everything's happening together. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I mean, if you can't. It's just randomness is the dumbest thing in the world, But maybe there was a reason why it's good to have the idea sometimes. But anyway. Andre said my only addictions are weed and food. Yeah, me too. Well, not really food though. I don't know so much. Not really. Weed and tobacco, kind of. I guess weed. Like it's hard for me to go like a bunch of days without weed, but I don't really feel addicted to it. It's just like, it's like, because it annoys me as much as I like it. Because it's like, it's kind of making me, it's always kind of like clouding on my brain and making me feel stupid. But it kind of makes me, but it doesn't really do anything bad or good overall. So I don't, it's not like meth, crystal meth is a great example. If anybody wants to understand if you want to understand the heart of like Luciferianism or what the people that are running the show are trying to run things on, do crystal meth for a week, and then it's like that's the unsustainability of life. It just doesn't. It seemed like a great idea, It seems like a great idea to overcharge, but when you realize what overcharging, it just means you have to pay back the debt. And when you pay back the debt, you're always paying back a bigger anchored half, because that bigger half is the more real half. Because the debt wasn't even real. When the government gave you the debt, it wasn't real. When you paid it back with your blood, sweat, and tears. Your credit got fucked with your blood, sweat, and tears, The government did something, or the banks did something very real to you when they fucked your credit. When they fucked your social credit. They made you feel like a shitty person. They made your friends disrespect you. Okay? people looked at you bad, you know, someone pulled your credit and then they tell your friend, oh, the guy at the car dealership, he pull your credit and then he tell your buddy, you know what I'm saying? We've had social credit, so what do you think credit is? Credit is social credit, you fucking retards. Like, what do you think being able to get a loan is? Like, oh, you did the things, you know, like, oh, this guy's a really good guy. Well, okay, if you're a good enough guy, you get a cosigner then. It's all social credit, guys. Like, what does that fucking mean? Oh, they got social credit in China. I'm gonna come this tier next. China is just this idea of getting used to terms for us. Like, China is China is fake to us, guys. It might not even exist. It's a reflection. It's a way for us to reflect into how things could be worse if things were run by the mother. Good thing things are run by Papa, Uncle Sam over here in Dixville, Berkeley, California. Oh, things would be a lot worse if it was ran by, you know, a combination of the mother and father in Europe. Have all these fucking mixing problems. Oh, be a real problem, you know, saying it's whatever, man. It's like they're just fucking retards, being retards for retards' sake. And they're never gonna stop doing it. Because for all intents and purposes, all rich people and 98 to 99% of poor people are just NPC characters. They're not actually real. They're not real people, guys. They're not real. They're not the point of the video game. They're the point to be the other. Okay? There's only one of them that's actually alive. He's the one guy that Dark Lord has to get sent through, you know? I'm applying to do that sometimes. I think that you got to put in your dues. I'd like it. I'm a kind of a terrible person. This is what I kind of know about myself. Like, I'm as bad as they come in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Andy Kaufman or whoever. It's like, and so when I see people trying to act bad, it's like, you're not bad. It's like, I realize it's like, this guy's faking being bad. Like, what are you getting out of it? Like, I'm a badass. You're not a badass. And so when I see these guys like, oh, I'm a badass, I'm in a cartel, I gotta cut everyone's head off. It's like, no, you're not. It's like, you're not gonna cut anyone's head off. Like, you're not a badass. I'm a badass. You're a pussy. You're a fucking pussy. You know? It's just like, why would you be scared? Oh, look at this guy's head's cut off. Okay, as soon as you realize that that's literally pageantry, you know what I'm saying? That most of those heads they're getting are like from the court. They're paying money. The cartel is just a bunch of rich people playing fucking games with you. Why do you think you have the stories about House on the Hill and the fucking gingerbread man? It's because rich people, it's their job in this game. They're NPC characters, and their job in this game is to lie to you and to play games with you. That is their job. No rich person will ever tell you the truth and will ever not play a game with you. It's their only job. The poor in spirit will inherit the earth once they realize only to look to each other. Do not look to the rich. Do not look to the ones who are of egos. Okay? American ego waffles. Waffling phonetically under Sigmund Freebird's. It's all bullshit. Welcome, Lars. The verb has the power of making. Everything will be split up like that, like if the vowels, the power that you push through your mouth and the consonant is just the shape you make the vowels are the reality. The consonant's not real, so like the vowel is like bigger than like the daughter's bigger than the whole rest of the show. That's why your balls, if your family in the way time works out, your balls are more important than your entire developed family. Because your balls are going to make the next new entire developed family. Your balls are in the shape of a bee's waggle. Your balls are the future. Or in the terms of that, it's the female uterus. Same thing, you know, but I'm talking in terms of being a man right now. But ultimately, if I was a woman, then I could talk about also in terms about being more close to the source God. If I was a woman, I actually might be a little tougher to say some of the things I have to say because women are so, they just beat around the bush, especially if the truth is going to come back. Like if the truth is they won the lottery, in the investigation, it actually comes out that I was the prettiest girl. she's gonna like really kind of spend a lot of time on that, because that's how women are. If men found the, oh look, it says here I'm the best looking guy, they're gonna show you like right up in your face, because the women are all naturally better human beings than men. If you can't fucking see this easily on base level, that all women are better human beings, which means they're more complex, which means that even when they're being a piece of shit, they're at least being as complexly, they're being a machine that's more complex, that's projecting simplicity. So if you're a man that's a simpler machine that's projecting more complexity, realizing that you're doing something that's impossible, and also something that's sort of you're like that you're being Prince, you're being Michael Jackson, you're being a little bitch. No man can do what a woman can do. That's why Prince wasn't really a man. That's why Michael Jackson wasn't really a woman. These people were women. There were teams of human beings working with them. They were Madonna, they were Lady Gaga. There is no male team that exists. I mean, with that said, it's like whatever. I mean, the reality of Prince, I don't know the reality. All I know is that we didn't listen to him because we thought it was a guy. We listened to him because he was perfect. Because he was standing up there as the great combined solar, it's the combined sun and moon, which is the sun and the heavenly Father Son. The sun and the sun. And so the Magi is sitting up like the Holy Spirit, but that's really the mother-daughter chain. That's the only thing that's real, the Magi. The only thing that's real is the Magi. So who tries to pretend to be the Magi? Nobody, guys, if someone tries to pretend to be the Magi, imagine what a fucking disgusting piece of garbage human being this person would have to be. Okay? Or you're just not getting it. You're so deeply not understanding it. So you're deeply not understanding the truth, and you haven't submitted to the mother. You haven't submitted to the platform. So shut the fuck up. Why are you fucking making YouTube videos? Why are you telling people how they should think? Okay? You're a magic man. Submit to the mother. If I'm lying, then beat me up. Take me down. Challenge me to a fight. I'll fight any man alive. Brock Lesnar, anyone. And I'll prove to you. I guarantee you, if I fight Brock Lesnar and the fight is over this truth, I'll win. I'll win anybody. I win anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Putting money where my mouth is. If I happen to lose, then Brennan will come and defend me. It'll give him a reason to actually fight. He'll be like, you beat my teacher. You're gonna die. The truth is that, yeah, I mean, in the scheme of like fighting, it's like Brennan's much more effective, you know, and much more, you know, he could literally beat any fighter that's living today, regardless of the way he comes, I think. But it's hard though, when you actually get into the game, it's like there's so much spell casting that goes on that by the time you get up there, it's like the lights are on you and all the stuff. It's like there's so many greasy faggots are dipping their hands into the. I mean, this is why Owen Benjamin's totally right by looking at the UFC and calling it gay. Just Owen Benjamin doesn't know why it's gay, so he comes off as a bully when he calls it gay. He comes off as a douche. He probably loses a lot of good MMA or jiu-jitsu guys from being his fans because he doesn't look at MMA the right way. But a lot of the stuff that he says about fighting is correct. So like me being an actual expert in martial arts, I don't get triggered. So I'm just a warning to him that he probably triggers lower level martial arts. But coming from being the highest level, there is no higher level. I mean, if I'm wrong, then if you're what, you know what I'm saying? I guess if you're a higher level, then I guess you don't really need to care. But if you also think you're a high level too, and you're like, no, I'm at a high level. And, well, okay, well, the good way to feel at a high level is to prove me wrong. Prove that Josh Lepsock is not at a high level. Okay, and then you'll get to sort of be there. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you guys an incentive, a reason to do something. You know? I can't do anything. Okay? I'm shackled. I'm not allowed to move out into the world without an aim. You know what I'm saying? I need a woman. Otherwise, I have to just sit here and pop along. Yeah, so make my back stronger. Yeah, the biggest thing to know about your back is just your psychological connection. If you're having back pain, it's probably because you have you have to fix the relationship with the outside world. And so, you know, your mother would be a real obvious one. Your mother is a representation of the spine. But the biggest thing about the spine is that if you want to fix your spine, you can read this book that a doctor wrote called Healing Back Pain by Dr. John Sarno. And it pretty much will heal anybody's back pain because a doctor will explain to you and he'll show you examples that back pain isn't real. Statistically, it can't be real. So it has to be a stress-related disorder like women get. And then so he's actually biopsied muscle and stuff and proven now that there's this tension mitosis syndrome that people with back pain, they get this, for whatever reason, because they have something going on in their life, there's these deep muscles in their back that won't let go. And no matter what they think they're relaxing, they're not letting go. And that's why a massage will help a little bit. But anyway, then the back pain will always come back. This happened to me. I had terrible back pain in my early 20s. And I really believed it because my back is crooked. I have scoliosis really bad. And so I have a crooked back. And so, but I have zero back pain. But this is, I used to have back pain so bad I had to, it was terrible. But anyway, I read this book and so, if you read this book and what this book will eventually do, and this guy's stuff will never be big, but Bill Cosby, like Howard Stern, a bunch of people will write forewords and things like that. Why isn't this book ever been published? Because it's just telling me the right information. It's a doctor admitting that he can cure back pain because he's admitting that he didn't cure back pain when he was a doctor, and so it must be something else. And for some reason, when he tells people that back pain must be something else, it somehow cures their back pain. And this is the only effective back pain treatment that ever existed in the world. And that's all true what I just said. And so this guy, Dr. John Sarno, but it just shows you this typical thing in the world. The real information is all around us all the time, you know. And for me, I've never been taking very much time to find it when it's out there, you know. Like, you know, how to fix back pain, it's always been. Dr. John Sarno's book existed 15 years before I looked at it 20 years ago, you know? It's like the library. Sometimes you gotta go to the library, you know? Look at the books that are on the shelf. But anyway, I do kind of realize that everyone seems to miss that book that struggles with back pain, and nobody that I've ever given that advice to has ever it's worked for everyone. But I almost don't like to give it out because it's not even that. It's not his stupid book, man. It's not his stupid book that's making your back pain go away. But I've never had anyone. And I'm telling you, I come from where I hurt my back lifting a water pump at work. And then I would repetitively injure it doing this repetitive thing at work, working in a warehouse. And then I went to a doctor and to a chiropractor, and they both confirmed that I had scoliosis. And so a back like mine, and they have all the medical paperwork, all the x-rays, all the stuff in the world, all the medical diagnoses where I was going to be like basically on Social Security my entire life. And this is me at 21 years of age, okay? And so instead of accepting that, you know what I did instead? I went out and tried to break my back. Because I was like, well, this guy in this crazy book, John Sarno, he's a doctor, he told me that this is all lies. And then I have this mountain of paperwork that says I got to be handicapped for the rest of my life. So you know what I did? I said, well, I'm going to be fucking handicapped anyway, and I decided to go break my back. Well, after about a week of trying to break my back, I realized the back is the strongest part of the body, exactly as John Sarno said. And my back pain started moving up to my upper back and neck. As John Sarno said, something happened to some of his patients. And since then, I've never had that sort of low, debilitating back pain. It's never come back. Sometimes I get it up here in my upper back. And it's really bad, but it's never in the lower back, so it never connects to me on this deep emotional level. Whatever. But anyway, so that's my 2 cents on that. But as far as exercise, there's really only one exercise you need to do. You need to walk across the room in balance. Anything like that, just do like be in a plank. It's the only thing that I ever do is like this. It's like, you know, I need to do this every day. Sit like this, okay? But you just, I mean, the thing is like you just want to have your body in the correct position, so let your arms go back to the spine, you know? Like, people are always out, they're trying to move their elbows way too far. have some like shoulder blades now sitting back in its socket. Now I can just sit here, you know what I'm saying? And this is just, you put tension in your body. It's just electrical. What's going on? There's nothing, you don't need to do anything. You know what I'm saying? You can sit here, you know, squeeze different parts of your body or whatever. You can walk your feet up so you're working like down. You know, I mean, if I do this for a while, I can just kind of pop up into a headstand. Like if I was real flexible and stuff, I could kind of fly like from this position to this position. And now I'm holding in essentially like a dip. You don't need to rep. You don't need to get down here. All that does is make your joints hold. What your body needs is just a little pressure. Okay, put a little pressure on your body. If you did this 10 times in a day, just held this for 10 seconds, you start getting fucking ripped. Like I used to think you had to do like push-up after push-up after. You don't need to do any of that stuff. It's all mental. Like I haven't been doing a lot of it lately, so just think you're strong. Think you're strong. Read Arnold Schwarzenegger's book. He really gets into it. It's like, you know, and Connor actually touched on this a little bit when he was like making fun of all these like really high-level martial artists. He was talking shit about how like, you know, all that extra training you guys doing isn't doing shit. Connor was being truthful, but he was like, it was this thing to make people like me kind of fall in love with him, so you kind of realize like, yeah, see, Connor's smarter than you, just like I'm smarter than you too. Connor kind of triggered a button. He was smart. Now I realize it's just a big character. He's a character like Bruce Lee. He's like television. But anyway, you just put tension. I mean, like here, like I'm sitting this way, like you're putting tension on your arm. You know, if you hold your spine straight, if you hold wherever your body's straight, what could you be doing better? What could you be doing better? Okay, like my arm has right now an incredible amount of tension. So I did this a lot. It was about to get really big, you know. But your muscle doesn't really. I mean, once you realize what a big muscle's doing versus what a small muscle's doing, it doesn't do anything. Like when it's all about leverage. That's why height is everything. So it's when Owen Benjamin laughs about the height, it's like, it's loud, but it's everything, guys. Like, if you're tall, it's everything. You know, that's your athletic ability. I mean, like I can teach short people really good strategies and how to use their body and stuff like that, and you can be a terror. But ultimately, it's like, it's a disadvantage. If I have to fight myself and I gotta be tall or short, I wanna be tall. Because the short guy just has to play, the tall guy gets to play like the role of a female. He gets to sit back because he's taller. I'm taller, so I get to sit back. You don't get to tell me what I get to take this first move. So the taller person literally gets to play the counter fight. So they get to play which is really always the better move in chess, because there's a better counter move for each move. You know what I'm saying? There's not a better first move. You'd have to. Granted, I mean, maybe because of how the way that chess is kind of turn-based or whatever, you don't get a move kind of at the same time, real time. That there may be an argument to why white is better to move first in chess. I know they say that. It's not though. You want to be the counter fighter. You want to see what your opponent's doing. If you're good, you want to see what's going on. If you're not good, yes, then you want to go first. Because it's like, well, yeah, get off first. You hear these martial arts coaches that are idiots, get off first. The reason they're saying that is because, yeah, if neither one of you have any idea what you're fucking doing, then just go. Sitting there is not a good idea. But if I'm sitting there and if you think that I don't know what I'm doing and I do, you're about to get knocked out. You're like, oh, that guy's just sitting there. I better go do something. You're like, oh, go throw the first punch. Like, if your coach tells you to go throw the first punch at me, it's the worst advice he could have told you. Because it's like, you're going to do exactly what I want you to do. I want you to throw that first punch. It's what I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm not up there trying to get my nerves out. I'm not trying to I'm working strategy from the very first, from now. Like, this is strategy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no problem, Andres. Yeah, yeah, but so what I would recommend is just try to be in posture, you know, a lot. Like, try to stand up straight. It's the best thing that you can do for your back, I think, just day to day, you know. But I mean, in the scheme of things, though, you do have to just kind of realize that, you know, you can't. vaccine sort of a hoax. Dang, we've probably been going a long time now. Yeah, I mean, everyone's a someone around to me. This idea that, I would march, everyone needs to learn self-defense. It's not true, guys. I don't know self-defense. I know how to move my body. Everyone knows how to do self-defense. Okay, not everyone knows how to use their body. So everyone knows that it's like, okay, well, it's like, well, what do you, I'm punching you. What should you be doing? Shielding. Okay, if you see an opening, then what should you do? Punch? Okay, you know how to fight on the exact same level that I do. Neither one of us know fighting, either one at a higher level than either one. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, what is the difference? The difference is I know how to move. Okay, we're both trying to fight. Okay, but while you're trying to do something that's happening more out on the surface level, I'm pulling back and I'm monitoring myself. Like why I got really good at jiu-jitsu is I was doing a few simple little things that no coach ever fucking told me. I had to teach myself, and that's why it's valuable. That's why nobody ever listened to me when I told them that that's just what I was doing, you know? Well, maybe a little bit, but because I did really good. But anyway, one of the things I would do is just, I always like, when I do martial arts, when I do jiu-jitsu, for example, like my brain is in a constant loop of going backwards. Which means I monitor and I read. I don't ever think like, oh no, I know how to do this. My hand's in the right place. I have put my hand like now I haven't probably grappled in like a year or so. I know it's a little different, but normally I'm grappling all the time. But like when I would put my hand somewhere, I don't think like. What I'm saying is I think about it. Like I think about like people think like, oh, you're really good at martial arts. You probably don't even think about it. It's like no. No, I think about it. I think about it all the way. And I think about it all the way through. I'm not doing martial arts and I'm thinking about it. I'm doing it, I'm thinking very deeply into it. And it's when I get people into these things, it's like, you know, like this is when I started realizing I was really good at martial arts. When Sean Church, he was the world champion at the time, he couldn't beat me on the underhook. And we got done with our training session, he's like, man, you're the best at getting the underhook that I've ever grappled with in the world. And he was the world champion at the time. And that's when I realized, I was like, well, yeah, because that's what I'm trying to do. Because that is literally the most important thing in grappling. If you don't know that, why are you world champion? I should. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't like literally the least physically gifted person in the world, I would obviously have the fucking belt. You know? But anyway, it was also like the best compliment, single compliment I've ever gotten martial arts. Having a guy who was the world champion at the time be like, wow, like I've never grappled anyone who's that good at getting under. He literally got to do this stuff, like every time. And then he would have to beat me kind of on this one roundabout thing where, you know, but he was a good guy, you know, but you know, not quite as much of the guy that because he was a strong physical dude, so not quite as much incentive for like me, like really look deeply into this stuff. That's why I'm saying, guys, at the end of the day, a woman will be even better than me in martial arts, and it's not about she's gonna tell other girls that it's like, stop being a bitch, stop letting men control your life. Stop being scared of it. Guys, like most of my friends are way bigger than me. Like if I didn't know martial arts, they could just rape. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so why would I not be able to take care of myself at any level in the game? Why don't you know how to fight? Why don't you know how to move your body? You all know how to fight, which means that fighting is shield, hit. That's it. That's all fight is. So it's like, how good are you at it? Can you throw a punch? You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever been hit before? So okay, well it's like, what do you do on a day-to-day basis that keeps your body in the position to where you can fight in this video game to the death? You know, nuclear weapons don't exist. In my mind, guns don't even exist. People aren't that good at aiming. You know what I'm saying? It's like if guns were a problem, I would have already taken one bullet at least. But it's like no one's getting shot. Who's getting shot? People getting shot in wars because they're told to stand there like idiots, and so they do. I would never stand there. So I'm not standing where your bullets go, dipshit. You know? Fuck your bullshit. Fuck your guns. But yeah, I mean, what I would do is do just a little planking and stuff like that. You know, which is basically just, you know, you don't need to ever really rep anything on your elbows or shoulders. It makes everything feel shitty. It makes your joints sore the next day. You know, what you should do, like if you want to like challenge yourself, like, well, don't challenge yourself that way. Just time it, you know. Stay on all fours for like a certain amount of time. Like if you get on all fours and just like stay, like I'm just, my spine is like here. My spine is parallel with the ground. My spine is parallel with the ground. It's amazing how like I haven't like worked out or done nothing in like a year. All I do is like sit in bad posture and play video games. But if you, once your brain understands this stuff, you don't fall out of shape. It's like these celebrities like, huh, guys, we act like, oh, the celebrities, they gotta stay in shape because they have all these trainers and they can take steroids. No, guys, it's not, yeah, they have to do that, and you have to do something even dumber. God didn't intend either one of those things. It didn't intend for you to be a dumb slave like Brad Pitt, and it didn't intend for you to be a dumb slave like, you know, like we're being right now. Neither one of these are the intentions of the black screen, the mother, to have us live these very plasticized lives. This very masturbatorial life, you know what I'm saying? You're not allowed. So yeah, and then like you know, like if you want to like really get into advanced athletics, like then it's just listen to a little bit of classical music as you move. You know, just do it on your own at first, just because when someone else there, you're going to have the desire to. Your ego gets involved and you're like, oh, I want to be, you know, it's like the best thing you could do is don't go to a martial arts school, get a bag and kind of just go in your basement and just give yourself like a few months of just beating the shit out of bag. So figure some stuff out for yourself. Don't go in and then have to kind of like, it's just the worst place, because martial arts schools are totally inappropriate. Because you're supposed to get taught by someone who knows what they're doing right away. So it's like your father or yourself. But what happens is you go into a martial arts school and you always end up with some child molesting weirdo who, you know, he's either fucks kids or he was going to try to fuck your mind over. Because that's all a human being can do right now. You know what I'm saying? At least the weirdos that end up in your average martial arts school. But, yeah, I mean, what I would recommend doing is like, you know, it's like, is to find a good buddy that you can kind of spar with or whatever, and fight in your gym, or find a little gym. Like my buddy did that here. It was like, he had a much better experience in martial arts overall. I mean, the little bit of time that he put in, he got more out of it. You know, and he, like I spent all his time with all these professional martial artists here or in Minneapolis, and he just, you know, did a similar thing, but just in the small town, you know, and like he probably had a really, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't need to be like, now I know that so much that it's like, it takes me away from martial arts. I mean, the thing that, I mean, I have a lot of incentive to go to martial arts. I go to martial arts school, everyone kisses my ass. There's usually a girl who wants to fuck me. You know, she's usually ugly. These girls, you don't get the prettiest girls in the MMA. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's incentives. Someone offered me a job, maybe, like, oh, hey, you should do some private lessons. There's incentives. What keeps me out of going to well, in my local community, the martial arts school is run by a pedophile. And, like, to me, as a man, I would never, like, if I'm against something like that, I vote with my body, my spirit. I would never give my body, my spirit, my attention to somebody who's like a not only is he a criminal, he's an admitted criminal. And with no remorse. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, I wish I went there and talked. It cost me this much money. But that's what I do. When I first meet someone, I just let them talk. I see what kind of person they are. You know, if the guy would have realized that I was the kind of person that would have been disgusted by that kind of person, he probably would have tried to. white rabbit is the sun. The white rabbit isn't real. The white rabbit is like Alice chasing a figment of her imagination. You know? Alice is the only thing that's real. She's presenting herself as confusion. Because truth is either going to be truth or confusion. So when we're seeing truth appear as confusion, now there's going to be a story that's going to surround it, a dream of form. Yeah, no problem, Andre. I like giving advice. I like giving any kind of advice. Whether it's eating, everything's so simple. I can literally get, you know, like it's like do a plank, eat saturated fat, sleep in, listen to classical music. It's like, and then anything else, don't do it. Some teenage boy walking by. Man, they're so funny, like the fucking. You know, that's like I'm a good disciplinarian. But at the same time, I get it. Like I get it. That like I'm a little over the top. But I just see like a teenage boy come by, and I just see them. I see them with their fucking attitude. Like, oh, you're gonna come by here, your fucking attitude, gonna play your fucking music, you know, or you're gonna wear your fucking flashy, fucking black people clothes, you know, walk by me like you're cool. Like I'll go out there and like fucking like mess the kid's hair up and fucking knock his head off. He's like, don't fucking walk around. You're like, you ain't king of nothing, motherfucker. You ain't king of shit. There ain't no girl gonna like you. You ain't have the. You ain't got the. No. You ain't done shit, don't peacock around here, motherfucker. But that's how a community should, you know. I mean, obviously, like, if I actually, you know, when I do that, like, that's a good thing to do. When I do go out and do, like, good things for the community, you get, like, I don't do it anymore because you get literally charged with a felony. That's like what the, like, oh, what? You did that? You can't do that? That's a felony. Like, that's literally, like, the police knew that I was just teaching a disciplinary lesson, you know, and by the time I was, like, trying to like, hey, you motherfuckers, and they knew what they were doing. They knew that in their minds, they're like, we're the only disciplinaries here, you know? And it's like, are all cops always acting as psychopathologically as those cops were acting that day? No, but it's an overall problem, you know? Like, I was completely, like the only thing they can say I did was yell, you know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, the cops called on me because I yelled at a kid. And then I yelled at the cop, and then the cop was so butthurt by the fact that I yelled at him. But I mean, I do get it. Yelling, when you yell at somebody and they're a little boy, you literally hurt their little earrings for like days. Because little boys, man, when you yell at them, it's like, but it's because they need it. It's like, motherfucker, you know, it's like, that's why you don't just go and hit a baby. Like, if I just walked up and punched a baby, it'd be fucked up. Well, hitting a teenager is not much different. It's like their body's sort of like a baby still. It's like it might be big enough to be hit. But when you hit them, it's like they just drop like a sack of bricks because it's like they don't know what they're like. Oh, I'm a big baby. It's like hitting a retard, you know? It doesn't matter if they're strong. They're still a retard. They don't know how to take that punch. But nobody's taught them that, you know what I'm saying? It's like these guys, they have like single moms or cuff dads, so they start acting like little, you know, it's just like, why the fuck that, I mean, you're telling me that kid doesn't, from here to all the way across town, there's not a man that doesn't fucking knock that kid's hat off and fucking fight him. It's like he peacocked all the way across the fucking town. You just allowed him to fucking do that? What the fuck is wrong with you? But it's like, for me, it's like, I'm not even allowed to enact discipline in my own martial arts. It's like, think of all the places you can enact discipline. Your own fucking martial arts class don't allow you to, you know? Like, literally, I have 100 hours of videos probably from around that time. You know, most of them are on the plain meditation. It's on, it used to be Will Spike Up, and now it's plain meditation. If anyone's ever interested, you gotta scroll way back in time to like 2016 in the summer of, or it could have been 2016 in the summer. And man, I have newspaper articles, like I embarrassed them. I did what I said I was going to do, man. But I'll admit, man, I wasn't the enlightened kind of in the state that I was today. Like now, I have no fear, and I was still afraid. That was like some of the last little bit of fear they got out of me because I knew these motherfuckers were being psychopaths. I knew everyone was lying to me. I knew that also was flat earth, so I knew this stuff was going on. And then I knew I had to go to court, had to stand up for myself, and someone like me who doesn't who doesn't just submit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, and it was all over the fact that I don't do anything. Like, I smoke weed, so it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, the local authorities could still, legally, at least they have a legal precedent to be like, hey, you smoke weed, you're gonna make a criminal out of you, you know? At least they have some legal standard. Where it's like, I literally enacted discipline. I did something very, very wholesome and good for the community. And you guys did the worst thing to me. You charged me with a felony assault, said I choked a kid, and there was no medical report. I mean, the kid wasn't ever actually choked. They wanted to teach me a lesson by saying, like, well, you can't even grab the kid by his shirt, by his neck, because he said it choked him for X amount of seconds, and that's technically a felony. We know you'll get out of it in court, but we're charging you with it anyway. And it was like, that was so obvious that that's what they did, you know, but then they tried to play like, no, like, where there's a bit like that. When I first do that, this lawyer, I hated this guy so bad. And still though, still to this day, like, if the guy wouldn't come up and apologize to me, I'll terrorize him for the rest of his life. I mean, he has. I mean, they're just giving me no reason to come out. But anyway, this guy, he comes to me and he's like, when you're a liberal fucking piece of shit, and you come and you look me right in the eye and you tell me that you're doing something for good and I know you're doing it for evil, and you say that to me, you do that with your fucking, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you now. It's like, if you would have played the game, you know, you can't, there's a level. And this is where, like, all liberal people, it's like, no, you can't lie at that. Like, there's a certain level of lie where I'm just gonna take this hammer, I'm gonna smash it through your fucking head, okay? You can't lie that bad, okay? You can't lie that much. You're in a rejection of what truth could be. Because if what you're saying could be true, if you're saying you're not lying, then you're proving that I'm lying. Okay, so then fine. Okay, if you've told the truth, then fine. Okay, I'll admit that if that guy's saying what he's saying, I'm still saying my argument. But if he's saying what he's saying, if you guys, it can't be true. I can't be true and tell the truth, and he can't be true and tell the truth. So what I'm going to say is that you, the private public, you make the decision. You kill me or you kill him. You know what I'm saying? Kill me or kill him. You make the decision. You figure it out. You just said I added a new. Isn't that weird that it just said that I added? Like, I'm online right now. How can I be adding it? Like, who is messing with my Facebook accounts when I'm not on them? But they're never doing, like, bad stuff. They're always just, like, liking someone's post. Or for some reason, they always love my own post. And then so I go back and like my own post because they all get loved. But it's not me doing it. It's like, you know, it's like somebody has my password for my account, but it's like they're only trying to help me, but not being very good about it. It's like an AI algorithm that's trying to help me, but it's not really trying to help me. It's trying to make me look a little bit dorky. Which then people will cue in and they'll be like, cool, he liked his own post. He's not as cool as I thought he was. Realize you're not the person I'm speaking to. If you're the kind of person who is still, like, this is where the rich people don't get it. They don't get it. I've actually broken the game. Okay, I've actually broken it. I'm out of the popularity contest. I know who I'm looking for. I'm looking for my one champion. I'm not looking for a popularity contest. I'm not looking for people who are looking for popularity contests. Okay? Fair enough. Fair enough, Facebook. I'm sorry that you're having trouble censoring me at the level you'd like to censor me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that all this fucking billions of dollars, trillions of dollars now, you know, whatever, all your outer space, all the talk about outer space, and I don't even believe it. So what's the point? All the talk about outer space, and I don't even believe it. So what's the point? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yeah, I mean, for me, I've gotten to this point where I love the earth so much that I'm just like, if you give me an opportunity to die for the earth so I can get reincarnated back to this place that I love, that's what I'll do, because I want to live on earth, not live in a fucking technocratic rich person's fucking dream. I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, it's just like, I mean, even the fact that I'm addicted to social media, like video, it's also, it's like, I don't necessarily, I'm not going to be so upset when, like, these things are kind of outside of my head, you know, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's it's like I'm not going to be upset by the time when I just don't get pop music at all. It's like, I mean, it's fun that we can kind of both kind of take this weird, narcissistic, like, you know, voyage down like nostalgia road, but nostalgia is really nostalgia. It's nasty. It's that we're both in love with these fetishes. If nostalgia was real and good and pure, it would just be nature. We wouldn't need to fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's why everything is unnatural. It's just that what kind of world, if we can see that we're these unnatural things, can we see the sense in putting the world back to be natural for our kids or for other people who want to be natural? Can we, the nostalgia, see the sense in the other? You know, or do we constantly have to make war with the other? You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You know, this is why I feel like, you know, if I am an appropriate person to give this message, I do have the mind. I have the mind of the narcissist, the rich person's American ego. I get it, guys. I'm not better than anybody. I'm not better than any Jew. Right? I'm not better than any of you. But in terms of actual physical terms and things, though, no, all women are better than men. That's why it's like, yeah, if you want to talk about actual reality, it's simple. Then we're talking about electricity. That's what this book is about how force of motion and there's an acceleration. Okay. We want to talk about that very complexly. Okay, well, we're still talking about that, but realize when you lose touch of the simplicity and you're still dancing in the complexity, you're losing something. Okay, you're being Diddy. You know, you're being a mix master, Mike. You know, you're mixing up your parents' shit, and then people are buying it. That doesn't mean you're good. Okay? You know, you have a good ear, which everyone does. If you have a good ear, so does your audience. If they didn't have a good ear, they wouldn't buy your shit. Every person alive is John Cusack in High Fidelity. You know, we're all the appreciator. It's just the women are supposed to actually be that character, not the men, not the Keanu Reeves, not the John Cusack. It's women. That's who is the tall, dark, handsome. The woman is. The woman is the dark, handsome, or the beautiful thing. She's the dark. She's not necessarily tall. She doesn't have to not be tall. She be tall meaning good posture. The good postured, dark or blue girl in the blue earring. Does she have good posture? Anyways, the girl with the straight spine and the ballet movement. Who is this girl I'm talking about? Do you know who is the girl with the straight spine and the ballet movements? She's every girl, so just we're all waiting. You know, but you know, so it's time for us to turn. When the men turn from the Edward Paulies and the Joe Rogans and the, you know, True Jitsu and the fucking everyone else in the world, and all men collectively turn back and they submit to the black hole of their woman's vagina. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be that graphic. It can be imagine if all women are terrible, then you don't submit to a physical woman, because physical women are men. So you submit to the only real woman, which is what? The earth. What's real? So, real religious practice. The only time that you should ever go into religious practice is if you can't find the connection of God through your wife. The only time a man should ever seek something outside of his wife is if she doesn't exist. Then he can have a religious life. You know? And then if he wants to, then he could also have the prodigal son life, which is he can do this, that. But that will always lead him back to a religious life or back to marriage. Either way, just the marriage shouldn't get confused with the religious life. The religious life shouldn't get confused with the marriage. But neither one of them should be confused with the Sodom and Gomorrah life, which is just everything else. Everything else you do outside of a religious life, which is what you do outside of a marriage life. Which the only reason you do a religious life is because a marriage life wasn't possible. So you did a better thing for the game by saying, you know what? Instead of putting positive to positive, I'm going to put this Lego away because it doesn't fit. So I'm going to, you know what? I know I'm a Lego here. I don't fit in, so I'm just going to stay in the box. That's a beautiful thing, to learn how to have that discipline. Don't kill yourself. Just learn how to stay in the box. Observe. Be the observer. There's a power in your observation. Your observations are going anyone in the family could be the star of that episode. That's why any one of us that finds us in the middle of our fourness will find ourselves the star every fourth day. So you should feel like the bone star, the one star, every fourth day, or whatever. So the fact that it's like, well, why are you spending your life genuflecting under celebrities? You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing that? Wouldn't you rather feel like a star 4 days or 1 day out of every 4 and a co-star every 3 days out of every 4? Like, doesn't that seem like a better life? Like, no, I'd rather just like live in a tiny cubicle and just like know that there's this guy who's way better than all of us. So that under me and 100 men will just sit in the same place and just sit here, and just stare at each other. Sit here. Because we're told to. It's like, God, I can't believe how much better other men are than me. Can't believe how great Brad Pitt is. Jeez, he must have an awesome dick. Fuck Brad Pitt's dick. The thing is, we don't know if Brad Pitt actually has a dick. If you look at older pictures of Brad Pitt, it's like, that is a fucking girl. Which, whatever, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm careful about Brad Pitt because I used to be a big fan. I used to think he was a really cool dude, and the reason is because I have a tendency with liking men that are playing the role with Beck, Kurt Cobain, like really falling for them. Connor Oberst. These are all women. No big deal. I'm totally fine with that, actually. Women want to dress up like a boy. I have no skin off my back. Hey, I have a problem when people want to take hormones. I have a problem when people are pipering us for rich people against us. It's like, you're not even a fucking, it's like, why are all these people, which we know they're pretty, like, all, like, there's so many people are probably like, why, like, you can even go up to the extent to say someone like Joe Rogan, say, like, you know, Joe Rogan, he's just not even that bad of a guy, like everyone else. Well, why is it, the problem with people like Joe Rogan is that it's gotten to be so easy to take the handout, to take the sellout, to take the devil's money, that it's so easy for someone like Joe Rogan, who's maybe not even that bad of a guy. He's a fashionista. He's going to do whatever everyone else thinks is cool. You know, he thinks he's a trendsetter, but he's not. People know that. He's not a trendsetter. He's the person who's told what to do, and that's why he's put, you know, where he is, you know. The truth is, I'm a trendsetter. Facebook knows that, but I was trend-setting back when I was involved with Eddie Bravo and Joe Rogan and all those guys 10 years ago. You know, it's like me and my friends would be interested in doing that information before they would. We would be smoking the DMT first. Actually, DMT. But like, you know, in the literature, things like that, topics that he would be getting into, you know. And it's because it's all controlled, you know what I'm saying? But then you realize that it's like they're gonna. That's why when you're in your 20s, you feel like you're part of the game. You feel like, and then you get older. If you're starting to get like you're starting to mature, and also you realize that they pipered you when you were in your time where you had your most energy, and now that you're kind of getting to your older kind of like Twilight old man from the Bart Simpson. You're just becoming more controllable as the nuclear plant worker than as the young Bart Simpson. You know what I'm saying? Like Bart Simpson being a nuclear plant operator shows how controlled Bart Simpson will eventually become. And then like Marge is showing what a scared retard Lisa will eventually become. You know, because that's what happens. That's what happens to the brilliance of our youth if we're just putting this blanket of fear over us. David says I like Nirvana when I was 13. Nirvana's badass, man. There's a song, best Nirvana song by far is, Drain You. My duty to complete. Maybe that, who knows, that might have been a cover for all I know. I know that little about Nirvana, but I know that he was a big impact. For me, it was Beck. I went and saw Beck like 10 years ago in concert. I mean, I still think that, like, I did start to realize that there was something up with Beck. Radiohead, something up with radio. Oh, you want to be big?
C'est le temps que tu vas perdre pour ta roue qui fait ta roue si importante.
It's so funny because Sophia's realizing that like
C'est le temps que j'ai perdu pour ma rose.
Willow will like want to do what she's doing, but then like Sophia will like try to get her, you know, they're exactly like
L'essentiel est invisible pour les yeux.
everyone's like a teenager. Everybody is a teenager.
L'essentiel est invisible pour les yeux.
Teenager just means you have a lot of ability to grow and a lot of ability to work. Lose that spark. As you go. Like I try not to lose that spark. I try to keep that spark. I mean, for me, this is why I don't do any drugs or any of that stuff, because all that stuff takes your spark. You know, I'm not interested in any kind of porn or anything like that. You know, when I talk about sex, because I feel like such a sexual being, I feel like that's why another thing I think is good about someone that's talking about today is that it's good to have an option to be like very physical, but just also be understanding. It's just like that, like, hey, you don't want to fucking come all the time, because it literally like makes you feel like, now that I know that, like, it makes you feel weak. It's the same as drinking all the time. It's the same as fucking. It's exactly the same. You know, I mean, the only thing you can get away with doing all the time is weed. It's like it's sort of not really doing anything, but it does. It makes you kind of sleepy. With that said, who knows? I mean, people are different. It probably works for me because I'm sort of hyper. But, yeah. Golden rule, absolute rules. Sun worship rule. Yeah, do unto others as you have them do unto you. Absolutely, absolutely. You're totally right. Golden rule is total bullshit. It's total bullshit. It's total, like, Luciferian. It's, I mean, oh my God. Now that I know what's up, I see it. But the problem is guys, it's like for example, like the best people in Willis, and they're still pretty good people. It's a sticky thing because it's like, it's not, there's no evil person to hate. We're hating these fucking retards that have been doing everything slightly wrong and getting paid a lot of money to never act like anything's wrong. Like there's never a problem. Like go to any of your fucking rich friends, anybody powerful in any community, and they're just a dumb person who gets paid too much money for the no job they have. And they just smile, oh, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. That's fucking every police officer. That's every motherfucker in every fucking town, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like we're living inside of, it's all practice, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Lena says you're still going. I don't even know how long I've went. I have the battery turned down. Normally it runs out of battery, so I just stop. I only was going to go on for a few minutes. I'm just trying to be consistent. I'm trying to go on every day. I realize that, like, I just feel like for the people that listen to this stream, that also listen to it along with Owen Benjamin's, and then, I mean, some people I know listen to it and they never heard Owen Benjamin, you know, but a lot of people that have messaged me, so I know that, like, you listen to Owen Benjamin's stream maybe before. Because actually I went through it and I added a bunch of his friends on it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is that I try to be consistent, even if I'm not making any money or getting super chats or whatever. Because the truth is, the reason I don't ask for stuff like that is because it's part of the message is to not ask. Part of the message is to show people how to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm gonna try to do that by maybe selling t-shirts. The thing is, like, it's not even that big of a deal, no, because it's like, you know, life is cheap. You know what I'm saying? Life is cheap. You know, like, I can physically do it all on my own. Like, I could physically go take over a pattern building and start doing what I'm saying I'm doing. It's just that, like, I could do that now, or I could do that next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could put my money where my mouth is right now, or I could just, it's like, I'm gonna be more happy if I just turned off Facebook right this second, walked away and just did what I said I was going to do. I would be more happy. Okay, I know that. Okay, it's not about, life isn't about being happy. It's about awesome. You know, it's about, it's like everybody knows, like, well, just jump in the pool. I don't like to jump in the pool. I like to take time to get in the pool. You know what I'm saying? People, we're all doing it, you know? It's just the only thing that I have now is I've given up on the notion that anyone's fucking me over. Nobody's fucking me over. If you want to stay asleep, stay asleep. once you're awake, you're awake. So now I'm awake. The shitty thing about being awake is that now I know how to do everything. I could do anything. But the problem is like, well, do I want to? Like, what good is it? I'm living in a bubble by myself. Like, what good is it? You know, that's why I'm trying to like maybe convince someone to like, you know, we need to buy and start an alternative community. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I'm gonna try to find an investor eventually that wants to buy. See what I'm saying? Let's buy a tent. What I'm saying is like I'm an ambitious dude. It's like I could literally run all the jobs. I could fix the sewers. You know, I could do the electrical. I could do the water treatment. You know, all that stuff. I know how to do everything. I mean, with that said, it's like nuclear. I mean, well, yeah, exactly. It's like, guys, I'm smart enough to fucking like, guys, if we have geothermal heat, we have free energy. You know, simple things, guys. We have the stuff. We have the stuff. You know, there's a lot of places in the world that have running water. You know, they have a stream that's running something. It's free energy. And that's without us knowing that if you put a magnet and copper together and you put a fucking a battery and put those in a light bulb in the right way, you have a light bulb that will burn until it burns out. It'll run until it burns out. This world is easily wrapped into like this. You know, it's like the idea is like if I had a community of people and like there's smart people coming there and I'm relatively smart, like how long would it take before we have free energy? So yeah, exactly. They don't let this run. This is why we're at this point where they're trying to say that this is not. But at the same time, what the biggest thing that we know that's preventing us is our mind. Because I know the only thing that's preventing me from doing it is me doing it. You know, but I mean, in the scheme of things, it's like if I was a rich, independently rich guy, I would do it by myself. I'm not independently rich, so it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? You know, like, drive up to Slab City again and like fucking. It's like there's nothing to do, man. There's nothing to do. Nobody is up for doing anything yet. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's just standing around like. And it's just, there's not much to do until people are ready to do it, you know? But I get it. It's like, well, the problem is you have to just do it. And so I kind of realize that it's like, there has to be enough people like me that will just go out into the woods of Alaska and just start living. And then eventually, 10 years down the road, you know, this will have an effect then. But this isn't going to have it, you know, our lives don't move. Alex Telbush, I think it's good that you should manifest this community. Well, I can't manifest shit. A man doesn't have much power, you know. A woman, if I can get one woman to thinking on this terms, it's like, it's a lot. It's like, oh, we had all these 5,000 children meditate for world peace. Well, like, all you needed was one girl worried about it. By saying that, I'm just saying it's like, you know, it's either you're connected, you're closer to the core processor or you're not. It's why women, it makes such a big deal. It makes such a big deal for women to be asleep because they're closer to core processing. You know, like women get called dumb because they're like their brain is closer to core processing, which means their brain is more resting in their spinal cord. That's why women are better natural athletes in a lot of ways. It's so funny how it's like men are treated like they're such better athletes. Hey, shut up. But it's because we have a bad way of looking at sports. Like, oh, I want to see the most times that ball goes across that thing. Sophia, stop. You know, where it's like if something had to do with beauty, if movement had to do with beauty, then women are winning every single time. Saying you want to watch a woman walk across the floor. At best, if a man can mimic a woman, he loses that special quality. You know what I'm saying? It's like having sex with the best looking tranny in the world. No matter what, if you fucking come in the best looking tranny in the world, or just having sex with them, there's something going to be missing. And if you don't understand that, you don't understand what I'm saying. It's like that you don't understand. It's like once you understand what I'm saying, and something happens to you, and it is such a bigger deal than enlightenment. It's such a bigger deal than enlightenment or being straight or being gay. It's about seeing what's there. Can you see women for what they are? So if you're Jiddu Krishnamurti, but you can't see women for what they are, you're just an autistic douchebag confusing everybody. If you're Alan Watson, you can't see women for what they are, you're just a gay guy confusing everybody. Okay, if you're Tony Parsons, Jeff Foster, Muji, none of these guys see women for what they are. I know that because I used to not see women for what they are because I used to see through them. I used to see them as property. I used to see them like my Uncle Alan does, like my dad does, like most people do. Like most people that are successful that are alive right now do. Something happened and I see through that bullshit. And seeing in through that bullshit, that's enlightenment. There is no enlightenment. Enlightenment is a game that people are playing from within their own patriarchal disenlightenment. Once you realize that the mother is the game, there is no reason to be enlightened. Everything is so simple. There's nothing for the complex mind to do except to be complex for our own complexity's sake. And so like if I find myself being complex for complex sake, I'm only going to do it for an hour. So if I play video games or if like, you know, video games are kind of tough because I can do it and then like they don't get me hungover. But like if I drink, I do something complex for complexity's sake. I'm like, oh, I'm going to drink, it's going to be fun. And have all these complex reasons, like all these reasons, this person, I want to have fun with them, whatever. And I drink and then I'm like, oh, I feel like shit for 2 days. But like right now we're stuck in the matrix, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still stuck in it. But and it's weird, it's like, maybe I'd come out of it quicker if I just like lived under a tree, but I've kind of tried that. And then I kind of got tired of it. So like, now I just kind of live like a homeless person. But now that I've lived like a homeless person for so long, it's really not fair of like, you know, like I had like, you know, like last year I had like, whenever I sold my house, I had a certain amount of money, but I basically am totally run out of money, you know, and just living probably pretty much off my family now. So, I don't know. I haven't really calculated exactly where I'm at, but I'm definitely at a point to where, you know, like it's not, like it gets to be a point to where it's like, well, if you don't just go out and live in Alaska, you just can't live off fucking people. You're just a bum. You're just living off people, you know, it's like, so you don't really believe that much in Alaska because you're not living it. You know, you just want to tell everyone else to go live in Alaska and then just fucking keep living here without a job. You're just lazy. And it's like, well, you know, I gotta tease apart what of that is true, you know, which is probably a lot of it. Yeah, I quit alcohol. I quit alcohol and did ayahuasca. Done it. Been there, done that, Olina. But everything is a step of the game, man. Ayahuasca is just some bullshit, man. LSD is just some bullshit, guys. A shaman, no shaman. Guys, a shaman is a woman. Women. Every woman has the shaman and shamanic powers. Every woman is a she-man, a she-mind, a shine mind, a woe in mind, a woe man, a shaman, a woe man. Okay, I drank ayahuasca with a fucking a medicine man, with his family, not with a bunch of retard liberals in Peru, in Ecuador, in the middle of a fucking jungle. My brother's sister's from Ecuador, so she knew a guy or whatever. But they dropped me off in the middle of nowhere. What I'm saying is it's completely worthless. I mean, with that said, like Olina, if you just got back from South America and you had this beautiful spiritual experience and you're feeling a lot of like still spiritual charge out of the experience, maybe it's time to turn me off and just stay with that charge and then eventually come back, you know, whatever. But maybe it's not. Maybe that's too much to even think about. What I'm saying is that whatever stage you're at the game, do that. If you like ayahuasca, do it. If you like mushrooms, do it. At the end of the day, man, nothing is going to do anything. Not quitting drinking and not ayahuasca. Okay? Those are both just male logical cover-ups for understanding in stillness what you are. You are the stillness, the mother. The other is the mother. Okay? If I wasn't saying something that was spiritually true, then I wouldn't be having the experience that I'm having. So either I'm crazy or what I'm saying is true. But I would get more likely I'm crazy. I'll agree to that. Oh, now I'm running out of power. Just when we started heating up. Olina says there are women shamans. the point of being a shaman, especially in modern times, is to be a man. Okay? So, whatever. Good, we're running out of battery, so you can't argue with me anyway. Guys, I know, I get it that you're going to want to argue with me about certain things. Eventually, what you're going to find out is that my point was correct. My point about shamans is correct. My point about priests being females or about, you know what I'm saying, it's correct. Rabbis and rabbits, the sun and solar, it's all male, it's all disc worship. Okay? Don't tell me about one weird, confusing thing in modernity because you're trying to be funny or weird or whatever. Okay? My point is that something is happening. The woman was being covered up. Okay, so it's like, Elena, are you going to show us like some article that's going to show us how the woman wasn't covered up? They made this one woman a shaman. No, eventually your article is going to support what I'm saying. So then why would you fucking say it? What devil in you is trying to make you go right after the core of my argument and say the core of my argument is wrong? What devil in you? I'm going to run out of batteries in any time, so. It's all bullshit. I'm not arguing with you. I would have kept arguing with you, but I know I'm going to run out of batteries, so I can't. It won't give me the time to resolve it. But normally I would use what you said. Not that it was wrong, but it gives me it's spurring. It's giving me a time. It's giving me the ability to think about something and then to talk about it. So I'm like, hey, like, what you said gives us an ability to talk about this whole other way of looking at reality. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, I gotta go. We're about to run out of battery. I appreciate it. No, I'm not arguing either. You guys will figure that out. If you're able to keep watching. But I get it. If you're spiritually triggered, you want to go back to your shaman, male or female, I'd go back. The truth is, I'm never going to be a guru anyway. Like, I'm never ever going to sell you anything or give you a handout or hold your hand. And the truth is that I'm not even saying that shouldn't exist at some level. Female, the truth is I'm never going to be a guru anyway. Like, I'm never ever going to sell you anything or give you a handout or hold your hand. And the truth is that I'm not even saying that shouldn't exist at some level. Male or female, go back. The truth is, I'm never going to be a guru anyway. Like, I'm never ever going to sell you anything or give you a handout or hold your hand. And the truth is that I'm not even saying that shouldn't exist at some level. Bye.